Well, very pleasant good evening as Southside will take on the Fayetteville Bulldogs tonight. We just got to hear a wonderful rendition of the national anthem sung by the Lady Mavericks. Did a very good job there, and we've had two good times here. We saw that, and we got to see the orchestra the other night in the Battle of Rogers Avenue, but should be a good ball game tonight as Lady Mavs will try to bounce back from a loss against the Northside Lady Bears. And let's go down to the floor for tonight's introduction of the Lady Mavs. Starting alignments for tonight's ball game. First for Lady Bulldogs, they'll go with Whitney Brown, Kyra Ball, Sanaya Coachman, Mariah Moss, and Maisha Washington. While for the Lady Mavs, they'll go with Peyton Yaffe, Michaela Tampus, Sophia Nyhouse, Kayla Robinson, and Felicity Suggs. Yaffe had a good ball game against the Lady Bears Tuesday night. She had 8 points on 2 3-pointers. Kind of got it going for her. Hopefully that will continue for her tonight in this ball game against the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs come in, very solid team, and it's going to be a challenge for both the Lady Mavs and the Mavs tonight with this Fayetteville Bulldog team, as both of them will bring a lot of athleticism into the ball game. And as Nyhouse will jump up against Sanaya Coachman, and Coachman will control the tip, gets it to Whitney Brown, who'll bring it into the front court. Lady Mavs going in a man defense. They'll try to swing the ball down low, and we'll go up for the shot, up, and it's good. That's Mariah Moss, first 2 points of the ball game. Was able to post down low and was able to get Nyhouse far enough down low that she's able to get the basket. Fayetteville will come out in man defense. Here's a three on the way by Felicity Suggs. Up, it's good. 3-point basket by Felicity Suggs. Southside leads 3-2. And now quickly down the floor for Lady Bulldogs. They'll get an easy basket for Maisha Washington. A lot of action here early, less than a minute into the ball game. Southside trails 4-3. Southside jumped out Tuesday night to a quick 5-2 lead and then really struggled the rest of the first half. Try to get the ball inside, going to be stolen and taken away. Lady Bulldogs want to push it into the front court. Kyra Ball will set the offense up for the Lady Bulldogs. They'll try to feed the ball inside. Here's a drive down the baseline, going up for about an 8-footer off the glass, and it's good. That's Mariah Moss. She now has 4 points. Lady Mavs will try to answer here. That's 4 straight for the Lady Bulldogs. Swing it at the corner of Yaffe. Yaffe had 2 threes Tuesday night. See if she can get it going here early. Goes back to Nyhouse. We got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Still plenty of time. As Tampus looks to penetrate in. We'll take it inside. Tries to pass over as Robinson picks it up. Will fire it up at the buzzer. Be a shot clock violation. Ball goes back over to Lady Bulldogs. I think this is what they're talking about, you kind of see a little bit of that. See how that's doing that almost positive. Here's an inside pass going to be stolen by Tampus. Tampus wants to push it up. Doesn't have the numbers, but she'll take it down and now bring it back out. Good job by Michaela Tampus. The Suggs will set the offense up for the Lady Mavs. Swings it over to Yaffe on the right wing. Back up top, ball's going to be stolen. Taking it all the way down for the easy basket is Sanaya Coachman, her first 2 of the ball game. Fayetteville goes to a press in the backcourt. It's going to be key for the Lady Mavs. You can't give up those easy baskets, and that's what that was with Coachman going down coast to coast after the steal, and there's going to be a foul call. That'll be on Sanaya Coachman, her first personal foul. Ella Shelby will check in for the Lady Mavs. Get the ball into Tampus. She'll set the offense. Get Fayetteville working out of a man defense. Shelby up top over to Nyhouse, wants to penetrate down. That's one they need to get going tonight is Sophia Nyhouse. They had 4 points the other night. Here's a 3 underway by Peyton Yaffe off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebounds, pulled down by Fayetteville. They want to push it into the front court. That's Sanaya Coachman. Coachman takes it down, ball on the floor, and going to have a jump ball. Should be Mavs possession. Again, Southside trails 8-3 here. Need to get a basket or two here. Started out really good with the 3-pointer by Felicity Suggs. Other than that, Southside's not been able to score. In fact, they've had a couple of turnovers. This pressure has bothered them. They'll swing it around, do a good job of beating the pressure. Here's Nyhouse in the corner. Back up top to Suggs. Tampus will swing it over. There's Yaffe for a 3 on the way up, and it's good. Yaffe continues what she was doing Tuesday night. First 3 of the ball game. Cuts the lead down 8-6. And the ball goes out of bounds and should be Mavs basketball. Good defense by Ella Shelby on the corner as Maisha Washington tried to go to the basket, was denied there, loses the ball off her foot. Southside with a chance here, either tie the ball game or maybe take a lead with another 3. Tampus will set the offense. Gives it to Yaffe. Back to Tampus. Suggs will swing it in the corner to Nyhouse. Nyhouse looks to penetrate in, goes inside, goes up for a shot, and she's hammered, but no call. Here's a 3 by Tampus on the way. It's going to be short. Thought of contact on that previous possession. Here's a 3-pointer up, and it's good. That's Mariah Moss having a solid ball game so far with 7 points in the ball game. There's an inside penetration by Shelby. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Coachman. That's some wholesale substitutions. Here's a 3 by Shelby on the way. It's up and no good. And there's a fight for the rebound. They're going to get Robinson over the back. Zilly Crone will check in for the Lady Bulldogs. For Southside, Letty Ann Adams in the ball game, along with a couple other subs. Here's a 3 on the way. It's up and it's good. That's Whitney Brown for the 3. Increases the lead up to 7. Kalia Presley checks in for the Lady Mavs. There's a steal. Get the ball over to Nyhouse. Gets it up top to to Shelby. Tries to swing it down to Presley. The ball's going to be taken away. Here's another three look from the corner. It's up and it's good. That's Whitney Brown with 2 threes now. Increases the lead up to 10, 16-6 with 2:11 to go here. Southside going to take a timeout. And Whitney Brown kind of getting it going. That's actually 3 3-pointers in a row for Fayetteville. 2 by Brown, 1 by Mariah Moss. And Moss looks like one she can go inside, go outside. Really solid ball player. Southside, they've gotten 2 threes in the ball games, one by Suggs, another one by Peyton Yaffe. Southside struggling a bit trying to handle the press. That's kind of been a difference maker so far in the ball game for Fayetteville. Southside, and we talked about this in previous ball games, it comes down to on the press, you don't have to try to hurry your game up just to beat the press. What you want to do is really take your time, see where the defense is set up, find the open girl, and beat the press that way. Then maybe get the numbers down and get some points. But Fayetteville's done a good job, to their credit so far, of forcing Southside really to try to speed the game up. Southside will come back with Kayla Robinson, Peyton Yaffe, Sophia Nyhouse, Kayla Robinson, and Lydia Ann Adams. Yaffe will get the ball in the front court. She's guarded closely by Lily Crone. Get the ball over to Pressey. Feed it down low to Adams. Adams goes up for the shot, makes a nice move, a nice fake to her right, goes to her left, gets the basket. Good play by Lydia Ann Adams. Her first 2 of the ball game. Here's a pass cross court, goes out of bounds, back over to the Mavs. Chance there for the Mavs to maybe get a streak going here. Jaffe will bring it into the front court. Pressey trying to set a screen on the high post. Althea to Nyhouse for 3, fires it up off the back of the rim, no good. As Kayla Robinson chases down the rebound. Looks to penetrate in. Slings it back over to Yaffe. Fakes a 3. Now we'll go over to Lydia Ann Adams. Cross court to Pressey. Feed it down low to Nyhouse. Nyhouse looks to penetrate in, goes up top to Pressey. Here's an opportunity for Kayla Robinson. Will fire a 3 up. That's no good. Chased down by Pressey. Southside going to have to hurry up here as the ball didn't hit the rim. There's a nice move by Nyhouse to the basket. Shot won't fall. Lady Bulldogs want to push it up. We'll take it inside. Swing it around the corner. Here's another 3 up and no good. And we're going to have a pushing call. I believe they're going to get... That's Mariah Moss. As Elena Furman is checked in the ball game for the Lady Bulldogs. Southside with a chance to maybe cut into the lead a bit. Also Isabel Turner in the ball game for the Lady Bulldogs. Nice penetration. Here's an open look for Adams. As Kayla Robinson's going to lose the ball. Lady Bulldogs will take it away. Here's Moss going court to court. Goes up for the shot, no good. The follow is good, though. Lily Crone with 2. That'll be in the first period. Southside trails 18-8, and it was a period where Southside had a chance maybe to get back in the ball game. And just not getting a lot of shots off and hurrying a lot of things, not getting a lot of good looks. Lydia Ann Adams got a good look earlier with a nice fake and then go the other way for the layup. But other than that, Southside's really struggled to get any really good looks. And you looked at first period scoring summary. Peyton Yaffe had 3, Felicity Suggs 3, Lydia Ann Adams had 2, while for Lady Bulldogs, Whitney Brown 6 points on 2 3-pointers. Sanaya Coachman with 2 points. Mariah Moss leading scorer with 7 points. And Maisha Washington with 2. Lily Crone with 2 off the bench for the Lady Bulldogs. I think the key for Southside, though, they need to get Sophia Nyhouse going, get her involved in the offense a little bit more, maybe try to post her up down low and, see what, maybe can happen down there. As far as foul trouble, really no one in foul trouble right now. We got one on Kayla Robinson for the Lady Mavs. Sanaya Coachman is one along with Mariah Moss. As Lady Bulldogs will get the ball, start the second period. Sounds like I'll put a little press in the backcourt. Again, they'll go with the man defense. It's been a three-point shooting along with some easy baskets for the Bulldogs that have opened up the 10-point lead, and there's fight for the rebound will be Lady Mavs basketball. Nyhouse had good position underneath the basket. Kayla Robinson will bring the ball up for the Lady Mavs. Gets the ball over Lydia Ann Adams. Looks to penetrate inside. Get to Kalia Pressey. Pressey will swing it over to Robinson. Here's a three by Nyhouse up off the rim, no good. Ball's tipped out of bounds. I believe Pressey knocked the ball out. Goes back over Lady Bulldogs. As Whitney Brown will bring the ball up. Whitney Brown, 2 3-pointers in the first period. Try to swing the ball back around. Southside doing a pretty good job of contesting, but they'll get the ball down low for the shot. That's no good as Moss will get the rebound, goes back up again, and she'll get another chance, goes up again and puts it in. Now, Mariah Moss is tall. She's got some size in there, and she's a physical nightmare matchup so far in the ball game. Nyhouse is doing everything she could to keep her off the boards. You got Moss along with Maisha Washington, 6'1", 6 foot. They'll get the ball to Nyhouse, swings it over to Pressey for a three on the way off the side of the rim, no good. So Moss gets the rebound. Lady Bulldogs want to push it up. They'll get it down for the shot for an easy basket for Sanaya Coachman. Lead up to 14, 22-8. That's probably about 4 baskets they've been able to push the ball down. They'll try to swing it to Lydia Ann Adams, and Southside going to get a break there. As they try to throw it into a triple team, there'll be a foul called. I believe they're going to get Mariah Moss. Be her second personal foul. Moss will check out as Kyra Ball checks back into the ball game. Suggs will inbound for the Lady Mavs. Gets it into Nyhouse, back to Suggs. Suggs hit an early three, really hasn't had a chance at any more points after that. There's a nice move by Lydia Ann Adams to the basket. Adams playing solid down low. That's 2 baskets. She's got 4 points in the ball game. Should be a walk. Let's see what the call is going to be. I'm not sure what they're going to call. One's looking at the other, not sure if they're going to call a jump ball or a walk. They might want to ask Coach Brunk on that, what they want to call. I'm sure he'd have a vote for maybe a walk, which it was, the call. To get the ball to Tampus, and again, they're going to press in the backcourt. Get the ball and beat the press. That's Kayla Robinson. Looks to penetrate down. Back to Lydia Ann Adams. Get the ball to Tampus up top. Swing it down low to Nyhouse. Low post goes up from about 8 feet up, and it's good. I think Southside can do that. It's just post her up down low. A couple of passes, feed the post, and Southside get some points there as they cut the lead down to 10. Here's a three on the way. It's up, no good. And there's Kayla Robinson working hard on the board for the rebound. Gets it over to Felicity Suggs. Suggs into the front court. Southside a chance to get it down a little bit. They throw the ball down low and goes out of bounds off Lydia Ann Adams. So far, it's been a game of turnovers that really hurt the Lady Mavs tonight. The turnovers and then some easy baskets for Fayetteville, and the high down lows have been a big difference too, as they'll feed it down low again. Back up top to Brown, who fired three up off the back of the rim, no good. And there's Nyhouse fighting for the rebound, gets the ball over to Tampus. Tampus will get it to Suggs. Suggs looks to penetrate down, goes up for the easy shot. It's good. Cuts the lead down to 8 now. Southside on a 6-0 run here. There's a shot up and no good. Fight for the rebound, and Nyhouse will lose it out of bounds. And the tough thing for Nyhouse right now is they're actually playing off her back, and you get that height off the back, it's going to be tough for her, and the ball goes out of bounds. As Lydia and Adams will check out. Check it back in will be a Kalia Pressey. There's a steal by Suggs, and she'll get it in the front court and makes a pass that Brown's going to steal. Brown will push it down, and she'll fire one up, no good, but she's going to be bailed out with the foul call. This Fayetteville team, they don't really, one thing I will say, they'll get Suggs for her first personal foul, but they don't really worry too much about the numbers. When they push it down, they're going to, whether it's two defenders, one offensive player, they'll still take it to the basket. They'll call it on the floor as Ella Shelby checks back in. There's a nice inside move for two. Sanaya Coachman with two more. She now has 6 points in the ball game. Gets that lead back up to 10. Lady Mavs look to answer here about midway in the second period. Get the ball down to Shelby. Shelby will fire it up from about 8 feet off the rim, no good. Yeah, I believe that step back might have got her. If she didn't have that step back, she probably finishes that. There's a nice inside pass, and that was an easy basket for Aisha Washington. Lead back up to 12 again. Southside cut it down to 8, and then Fayetteville's able to work it back up. Here's a three by Kayla Robinson on the way off the back of the rim, no good. And Southside really settling for a lot of threes. They were doing a good job of getting some penetration down low and making some things happen, and, you know, maybe be a little more patient on offense. Here's a three on the way off the rim, no good. That was Kyra Ball. And Suggs will bring it into the front court. And Nyhouse up top, feeds it over to Kayla Robinson. Robinson looks to penetrate in to Pressey, to Suggs. Back to Robinson, 13 on the shot clock. Robinson can lose the ball out of bounds. Lady Mavs want to trap up top. They'll feed the ball down low. Going up for about an 8-footer, it's no good. That's Elena Furman. Furman will get 2 free throws here. Fayetteville doing a good job of working that ball around, getting the open look as Furman makes the first free throw. That's actually the first free throw of the night for the Lady Bulldogs. Furman will get a second one here. Second one's up and good too. Increases the lead up 28-14. About 2.5 to go here in the second period. Robinson will set up top. They'll swing it around to Shelby. Nice penetration by Suggs, makes a no-look pass out to Lindy Adams. I believe she'd been able to catch the ball cleanly. Might have got an open shot. There's Suggs going to take it all the way to the hole, and going to call a jump ball. Peyton Yaffe will check back in for the Lady Mavs, replacing Kayla Robinson. Shelby looks to penetrate in, goes up from about 8 feet, no good. Fight for the rebound. Presley gets the rebound. Here's a three on the way by Peyton Yaffe, up off the side of the rim, no good. Lady Bulldogs want to push it up. Always looking up the floor trying to find the open girl, and they've done a good job of that so far. Here's an open three look that is off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound going to be chased down by the Lady Bulldogs. They'll feed Moss down the low post. They'll fire one up from about 3 feet, no good. And there's Furman for the rebound, no good, as Presley gets the ball. Lady Mavs going to push it up. There's Peyton Yaffe in the front court. Here's a three by Suggs. Off the back of the rim, no good. Lady Mavs need a couple of stops, and now we're going to have a foul call. And get Pressey for the foul. That's our first personal foul. Actually, her second personal foul on Kalia Pressey. Nyhouse will check back in for Pressey. That's the third team foul. There's a nice penetration just short of the free throw line. It goes up and no good. Fight for the rebound. It's Nyhouse. Ball goes back to south side. Fayetteville doing a good job of really, they're able to push Nyhouse almost under the basket, and it makes it really tough to rebound when you've got girls 6'1" and 6 foot. Suggs will bring it into the front court. Set the offense up, looks to penetrate down low. We'll take it to the hole, and they'll swing it back out and throw the ball away to Brown. That's a nice move by Brown, takes it up for the shot, no good. And there's the rebound, no good. As Yaffe will pull it up. Excuse me, that was Ella Shelby on the run. There's a nice move by Suggs, and she'll be fouled. Whitney Brown, her first personal foul. Suggs go line for 2 free throws. Felicity has 5 points tonight. Doing a good job of penetrating, working the point for the Lady Mavs. First one's up and it's good. Suggs will get a second one. Here's up. Rolls around no good. And there's Nyhouse for the rebound. Puts it in the hole. 4 points now for Sophia Nyhouse. Good move of stepping around and getting the inside position and making the basket. That's a big basket for the Mavs. Cuts the lead down to 11. Southside again working out of a man defense. Swinging around for an open look for about 8 feet. That's no good. And they're getting the rebound on the opposite side is Maisha Washington. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. You get Sophia Nyhouse, her first personal foul. That's 14 fouls on the Lady Mavs with 12 seconds to go here. First free throw's up and it's good. Washington now with 5 points in the ball game. Washington get a second free throw here. They're 3 for 3 from the foul line here in the first half. That's no good, but there's a rebound by Brown. That's a tough one right there. She steps inside to get 2, just like Nyhouse did. Brown now with 8 points in the ball game. There's Tempest, and the ball goes out of bounds. And that'll be into the first half with Southside trailing 31-17. Be back just in a few moments to give it the first half scoring summary. You're watching Maverick TV. Moss 9, Maisha Washington 5, Lily Crone 2, and Elaine Furman 2. As Lady Bulldogs get the ball to start the second half. Try to feed Moss down low post. Ball goes out of bounds. Southside has got the lead down to 8. Fayetteville's able to push it back up to 14 right before the half. Key for Southside is, I think if they'll be patient, penetrate like they're doing right here with Suggs, take it down low now. She needs to turn around and go up for the shot. That's what she does. It's just a bit under the basket. That's the key right there, I think, for Lady Mavs is when they penetrate down low like that is try to get a shot off because there's not a lot of passing lanes, and that's usually when the ball gets stolen. There's a nice move by Moss down low, and you can't really stop that for 2 more. Moss now with 11 points in the ball game. Southside will set the offense up. Get about 2 or 3 quick baskets here, a couple of defensive stops, and maybe get back in the ball game. There's a nice move by Suggs, and the ball's knocked out of bounds to stay with the Lady with the Lady Mavs. Suggs will throw the ball in. Get the ball into Tampus. Tampus will fire 3 up off the side of the rim, no good. Had a good look. That's been kind of the key, though. And here's a nice move down low as they get the ball down low. And there's Washington working inside, and there's going to be a jump ball with Nyhouse along with Coachman. Should be Lady Mavs ball, but all sorts of Lady Mavs here so far in the ball game has been the giving up some easy baskets and then really kind of settling, for the three-point shot, maybe work it around a little more and maybe take it to the hole and force some of the action. And then, too, the fact that the size advantage that Fayetteville has been a big difference, too. There's a penetration by Yaffe. We'll fire it up from about 8 feet. And that's a nice move by Peyton Yaffe, and that's what I was talking about is she drove in and threw up about a 5-footer. Almost had a walk on Washington as Tampus will pressure the ball. They'll feed Washington up top. Feeds it nice give and go pass. Back to the corner to Brown. Brown will fire a 3 up off the rim, no good. And there's another rebound and going to have a foul. I believe they'll get Kayla Robinson on the foul. There's Sanaya Coachman will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Foul called at number 23 for Southside. Kayla Robinson, her first of the third quarter. Timeout taken by Southside.
That's the key, too, when the team's getting more than one shot each time makes it really tough. That's what's going on with Southside. It's been that dominance so far of Maia Washington along with Mariah Moss. And Sanaya Coachman's been getting in there, too, getting some rebounds. But they're also doing a good job of cutting to the basket, hitting the cutters with the passes, and having some chances to get some easy baskets. Very good Fayetteville team. In fact, I believe this Fayetteville team actually beat the Lady Bears, so that just tells you how good they are. So both teams very athletic. Coachman going to go line for 2 free throws. She's got 6 points in the ball game. First free throw up, and it's good. This Lady Bulldog team, a very good free throw shooting team. Coachman will get a second one here. Second free throw up, and it's also good. Coachman now with 8 points in the ball game. Lady Bulldogs want to press here. Ball's going to be stolen and taking it hole all the way. Shots missed, and fighting for the rebound. They're going to get Robinson on the foul. It's her third personal fouls. They'll check Suggs out of the ball game. Lydia Adams checks back in. Here's a 3 on the way up, and it's good. That's Coachman. Coachman now in double figures with 10 points. It's a good job by Tampus. They have the numbers down there. If they can get back, the ball's going to be tipped away. Washington will push it into the front court. She wants to take it to the hole. Will go strong to the basket, and they're going to call a charge.
Foul call on number 33 for the Lady Bulldogs. Washington.
Scalia Pressey will check back in. Excuse me, Pressey will check back in for the Lady Mavs. Replacing Robinson. Again, Fayetteville want to press. Tampus gets in the front court. They're going to try to set a trap on the side. He does a good job of beating it. We'll fire it up from about 8 feet. It's just short, but good move by Tampus nonetheless. Had a good look. That's what Southside needs to do here in the second half. They'll penetrate the lane. Here's an open look for Brown from the corner. Off the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, fires it up from about 8 feet. I like Brown's game. Got a good shot, penetrating, just takes charge out there. That's what a good point guard should do. Isabella Turner along with Elaine Furman will check back in the ball game, and Lily Crone back in the game for Lady Bulldogs. Little mass substitution here. Good job by Lydia Ann Adams. Southside has the numbers. They'll throw it down to Pressey. Goes up for the shot, and it's good. What a good job by Michaela Tampus to find Pressey for the open shot. That's Kalia Presley's first basket of the ball game. Here's about a 15-footer by Brown off the rim, no good. And there's another rebound, and Crone gets the rebound. Here's about a 15-footer by Crone. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Peyton Yoffe, and she'll be fouled. That's Lily Crone. First personal, team's third foul. Tampus will walk it up into the front court. Tampus did a very good job of beating the press and then getting the numbers and finding the open look for the easy basket. Nice move by Yoffe to take it strong to the basket. Lady Mavs doing a better job of getting some better looks, and there's going to be a foul call on the Lady Mavs.
Foul call number 13 for the Mavericks. Peyton Yoffe, that is her first, third team foul. At the line shooting number 13, Lily Crone.
We've got Michael Beaumont up here with us, and Coach Beaumont, it's been one of those games tonight where Southside really struggling to deal with that height advantage that Fayetteville has.
Well, you know, I talked to Coach Brunk, before this game. Obviously, he knew he was going to be a tall order tonight, but I think he had a good game plan. But I tell you what, size is just hard to beat.
Lady Mavs doing a good job here in the second half, though, of really getting better looks. And they were kind of settling for the three in the first half, but they've really done a good job of penetrating and actually taking advantage of beating the press, too, getting the numbers game.
Well, and early in the season, Keith, that was kind of their nemesis. The press has caused a lot of turnovers and problems for them, but if you can get any kind of offense started.
Well, I talk about this too, Coach. The fact on the press is don't speed your game up to try to beat the press.
Right.
Is find the open girl, get the looks, and then get the numbers, and that's what Southside started to do here as of late. I'd like to see, and there's Nyhouse going to fire one up. I'd like to see Nyhouse, so maybe try to get her down on the low post a little bit, but it's really tough tonight when you got the two tall girls down there trying to deal with that. So I'll tell you though, Coach, we had a good time the other night though, didn't we?
Well,
Rogers Avenue.
I'm for any kid that has Fort Smith on a uniform, and no matter what side of town they're from. But I was so excited for the atmosphere. Wasn't it great in this building the other night? It was just so exciting for both sides of town, and I was hoping for quadruple overtime. I was wanting. I didn't want it to stop. I didn't want it to stop.
You were checking those concession sales out, make sure they weren't quite what you wanted on that. But you're right though, a game like that, you could watch that all night.
And don't think now that I'm going to be out there preaching. Hey, if you weren't a part of what was here the other night, you're going to have another chance. You better not wait very long to get your tickets.
Yeah, there's a rematch over Northside.
100% it will be.
The 26th, I believe
sir.
It is.
Yes, sir.
And kind of change the subject just a bit away from the girls, but Southside Coach Adams, his team's 2 in a row now.
Yeah, they looked well, and I thought that I really thought that both teams. There's a shot, nice.
And Southside playing a lot of young girls too.
Yeah.
You got Shelby, Pressy, and a girl that hadn't played tonight I kind of like too. And there's Moss. That's kind of the difference right there, getting those second and third looks. She's just double tough down there. But Julia Suggs.
Yeah. She's seen the floor a little bit tonight. I hope that we get a chance to get her more time on the floor.
Yeah, she does a good job really handling the point. I like her game for a sophomore. And you speak of sophomores too. You look at Lee Prince Jr.
Right.
And Matt Williams for Southside. That's a couple of young men that Coach Adams is going to have for 3 years he can build around.
When we talk about the boys in that game the other night, if I was going to tell you, and I know you're a Southside faithful, but I was going to tell you before the game, you're going to play Northside tonight. You're going to take them into overtime, but in the overtime, I'm going to take Watson away from you. I'm going to take we had another
Sullivan
foul out.
Sullivan, yes, had 2 guys with 4 fouls.
And you're going to go to battle with that. And
yes,
boy, we had some kids step up on this side of town the other night that has not seen a lot of floor action. Did a great job.
Yeah, another young man, too, that I thought played well, too, was Matthew Rashidi. Came in there when Watson was out. Really, you need the inside game because Luke Young, first half, had a great job. A good job by Coach Adams, too, really changing the defense up. They did a good, solid job on the man defense, but Luke Young was getting those open looks down low. They took that away, kind of switching that to a zone defense, and then because that opened up the game for Shepherd, kind of pick your poison a bit, but I'd almost take my chance on the guy having to make threes and the guy getting point blank. So
I think that was one thing that of course, I like to preach about both sides of town. I thought Luke Young played a whale of a game.
Oh, he was headed. Nice inbounds play.
Yes.
That's Ella Shelby, her first 2 points of the ball game. But yeah, he had 17 points in the first half. He's headed for a 30-point night and finished with 25. And he was probably the player of the game for Northside, and then for Southside, obviously. Roper, 2 points to send into overtime, then 7 in the overtime.
Well, if you're dissecting that team, Marco's going to do what Marco does, and Shepard's going to do what he does. Those are 2 great athletes, and you love to have the basketball in their hands. But I had not seen that out of Luke this year where, nice little drive with the hole right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Shelby's going to be a good one for the Lady Mavs,
she will
too.
Be.
Just kind of getting back in the game. That's a nice pass down floor to Coachman for 2 more.
You were talking about Fayetteville, though. I've seen them score a few times, but Keith, I've also seen them score after offensive rebound, and where there's just so much size in there, they just get their own shot and put it back up again.
Well, they body up well, too.
Yes,
there's a nice move to the inside by Yaffe. And that's what I like, even though we didn't finish the shot there. Right. That's a good move. Yaffe gets a good look. And this Fayetteville team does a good job. And correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but didn't they beat Northside earlier this year?
They did on the last-second bucket. It was a good ball game, and they beat Northside. And so that was. I'm telling you.
This 7-8 West on both sides is just loaded.
Some great girls teams.
Yeah, and then you look at the boys' side, Springdale, Harbor, Fayetteville. And, it wouldn't surprise me to see at least 3 of the 4 in the Final Four in the state championship.
I agree with you 100%.
And I like what Southside's doing, too, is the point guard play of Trey Grant and Lee Prince have done a really good job.
Prince is a competitor, isn't he?
Yeah, I just wish we had a little more size.
That's just kind of been
I know Coach Adams does, too.
I know.
Nice move by, he'll get a walk on Yaffe.
That kid doesn't stop, does she? Her engine just goes and goes and goes and goes.
You gotta like having players like that.
Yes, sir. That kid, I like watching her play.
Yeah, I'll tell you another one's had a good ball game tonight. It's Lydia Ann Adams.
She has.
Here's a 3 on the way, and that's good. That's Kyra Ball's first points of the ball game. I guess that means it's your night when you can fire it up for a 3 like that. And
gee whiz. But Adams came in. I saw her make a couple of moves tonight. And I was sitting down by Coach Adams on that. She did a little fake one way and turned around and put the shot back up. And I looked at Stu and I was like, I know she didn't get that from you, son. And she was like, no, that's from her mama.
Yeah, I was looking at that play too, and I'm thinking it looked like the Fayetteville girl actually turned away from her, thinking she was going to pass the ball, and she turns around. That's a
great job.
And then that becomes the toughest shot in basketball. What are you going to do?
That's right.
I'm just waiting on the day too, like you were talking about the other night. We had a good crowd here, but when this place is going to be packed at some point, and you know it's coming, and the more people, a lot of people don't even know about.
That's right.
The new arenas, and once they start coming in, because I'll be the one to say this, being an old football guy for the most part, I would go to the north side, south side game was always at the Stubblefield Center because you couldn't have
Right.
it in the old
That's
gyms
right.
because it wasn't big enough. And you've got a place now at both places that when any teams come here, we host a tournament, whatnot, either place, man, they rave about this place.
Well, the Fayetteville girls coach stopped me before the game, and he was like, this is beautiful. And he said, and just when you get used to this one, you go on the other side of town and you have the same thing where it's just as beautiful. And we have two great gyms here in Fort Smith.
Fayetteville will get the ball to start the fourth period. They lead 48-23. Southside going to work out of a zone defense. They'll feed the ball down low. And right there, coach, is one that's tough is you block out, and then that ball goes a different direction. Now they'll get a foul call. But you're right. It's been the second shots tonight, and we're a couple of math whizzes, and we know that if you
100%.
get 3 or 4 chances that they're going to make it eventually.
Even I can make one if I get 3 or 4 chances. Even I can make one.
Hey, are we doing the walk-ons challenge tonight?
I believe so. I thought I saw Stu talk to a couple of kids. I think we're doing that again tonight. Walk-ons has been a great partner for us this year, and what they do, we appreciate so much what Christy Ellis and her staff does for all of our schools. And for the community itself, they do so much for our kids.
Yes, they do. And the thing, I was laughing at the last one. Here's a 3 by Kayla Robbins on the way, and it's off the front of the rim, no good. But the young girl you had from Northside down there, she didn't know where to shoot the free throw. The kids finally got her in the right spot.
Right.
And then she fires up that one from half court, hits the rim. It's about maybe an inch away from winning walk-ons for a year.
Keith, I thought Olivia, when she let it go at half court, I thought, well, this might go in.
Yeah.
She did a great job.
And then we had Peyton Zimmerman over there for Southside. His mistake was he needed to be using that right arm because I think he could actually throw that thing in, being the quarterback. And
well, looking at Zimmerman with the ball, he said, this thing is not shaped right. And I was like, well, you're just used to something different, son. You're just used to something different.
That's been fun to watch. And I tell you, I know the kids enjoy getting to do that. And the things that you're doing, you're bringing the students out with the Canes kids coming out, being introduced. And, it's a good thing for the community and getting these kids and getting more people involved and seeing what's going on here.
Well, over the next few games, we've had a big emphasis this year on what work we do in the classroom, in addition to what they do on the courts and the fields and everywhere else, because we have great kids that perform and do well here, but they do great in the classroom. So we're going to start recognizing them at half times of our games and bringing out the teams and their GPAs, and they do some great work in the classroom.
I'll put a kind of a good point here too I want to make too. I was actually drove in from Memphis today and to do the game, so I was hungry when I got here, so I got one of those hot dogs at the concession stand. I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than a hot dog at the Southside Maverick Arena.
Those things that's a meal in itself.
Yes,
right
it
there.
is.
Boy, that's a meal in itself.
Here's a 3 by Brown on the way. Brown's kind of cooled off.
Yes,
She hit
she
2
has.
early threes in the ball game as Robinson gets the rebound for the Lady Mavs. Shelby will bring it up. You can recognize Shelby out there with those pink shoes on.
Yes, they are.
I think, right there, that may be a situation where I think Ella can nail that 3 from that point. And Southside going to work the ball around. Their defense hasn't been that bad. As you said, Coach, has been those second and third effort. And here's a nice pass to Pressey down low.
What a great look inside right there. What a great pass.
It's Clea Pressey now with 4 points in the ball game. But what was really frustrating, I guess, to kind of top it off, though, was the fact they had like 3 looks the last time down. And then Nyhouse gets the rebound, and she gets tied up.
Yep.
I mean, they go after everything. There's a nice move to the inside. And Nyhouse is mugged on the play. Will go down and get fouled.
Ooh. Hope she's okay there.
Yeah, I think so. She's got a grin on her face.
She does. That foul was a little hard right. That's not a misdemeanor in most counties right there. That could have been. That could have been
Kyra Ball, her 3rd personal foul. Very impressed, though, with this Fayetteville group.
Yeah, they're good. They're a good ball team. And the boys are just as good. The Southside boys will need to play well again tonight, but I think they can do it.
Well, I think the key for them is, as we said, Coach, is I think that point guard play that they're getting right now, if you get
100%.
the good, I think that makes a difference. About a 15-footer by Yaffe's up and no good as Brown pulls down the rebound, but that's going to be a key tonight. And I know the Heritage game kind of got away from us last week, but it was just one of those things. I think that, got some foul trouble and some things happened. Tampa's having a good ball game tonight, really running the point.
Oh,
Here's an open look for Lydia Ann Adams for three. It's up and no good.
Now that shot was, I think that one was like her father right there. I think that one was, he's never met a three he hadn't liked.
Oh.
I can tell you that right now. Stu Adams will tell you, they always leave me open. I'm like, well, Coach, there's probably a reason for that.
It's kind of like Jimmy Counts, and there's a three by Coachman. Coachman having a good ball game tonight.
Yes.
She's got 15 in the ball game. Well, you can't turn down a good three if you got an open three. I always think of, I go back to the triplets.
Oh, yeah?
You had Brewer, Delph, and Moncrief, but you also had Jimmy Counts.
No question.
Jimmy would stand out there wide open.
Yeah.
Everybody be holler and shoot. he was your defensive ace. Oh, there's a nice penetration by Yaffe down low. Ball's going to be tipped away. I kind of wish they had Sydney Moncrief on this year's Razorback team. Kind of a lot of fire under some of those kids.
There's a lot of.
Get over in the back. Fayetteville going to do mass substitutions here.
We were talking about the next time the north side and south side meet, Keith. I want to give a plug to all of our fans on both sides of town. We're going to have an event at that game during the girls' game on the 10th point. We're going to ask everyone to bring a teddy bear, and we'll do the teddy bear toss on the 10th point out on the court in the girls' game. All those teddy bears are going to be taken by the Fort Smith Police Department, and they use those things for various things. For kids that are going through some hard times or have to be taken away from a home or whatever the case may be, they use it for that. And this is a great time of year to do that because every store in town has Valentine's bears waiting to be bought.
A three-pointer by Nyhouse. Yeah, that's really good to hear that. I know West Ark will do that. West Ark here, I'm showing my age now. UFAS will do that where they'll have, they'll throw the teddy bears, and I think they'll absorb the technical foul on that. There's a three-pointer.
Well, I talked to the officials about how we're going to fix that. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen, and then we're going to have a great night for everybody there. Oh, wow, great.
Oh, nice give-and-go pass. That was Kate Nally on the pass.
Allie, she's another one that when she gets in there, she likes to go. She gets to take advantage of the time she gets on the floor.
Yeah, I think she fired up a couple of threes last night. Actually, it was Odin that played the other night and got a couple of threes off.
What's Nally? Is she a junior?
She's a junior, yes. I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that's probably her brother, Kate Nally.
I believe so. Look at Adams took a charge right there. So it's going to be great crawls. We're going to ask everybody to bring a teddy bear out and be a fun night for everybody. And plus, the ball game is going to be lots of excitement.
Coach, all thing you got to watch out for is these fans get kind of rowdy. Then they may be throwing at each other. You don't know.
There's no question. We may have a contest of who can toss their teddy bear the furthest. But
hey, you had a couple of cheerleaders the other night that were tossing those plastic basketballs up into the second deck. So
I saw that. Amanda Young, our new softball coach here at Southside, she was doing some recruiting. She was saying, hey, we need you out on the field.
Here's a three-pointer on the way up, and off the rim, no good. As Ella Shelby gets the rebound for the Lady Mavs. Got about 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. And, Coach, I mentioned this, too. I'm really excited about. We got a few kinks we got to still work out, but the new Maverick TV is going to be really good for Southside.
Well, we're going to keep adding to it and adding to it. I know that we've got some, Coach Pruitt, he's doing a lot of work behind the scenes and kind of has a plan in place of how to make this whole system and process a whole lot different and just a lot of fun to look at and watch for our fans on this side of town.
Yeah, we really were hurt this year, too, with, and I'll give him a plug, and not having Mason Piper out there. The job that he does for getting everything set up and stuff, and not having him was kind of put us behind the 8 ball a bit. So
yeah, Mason is kind of the Nick Saban of all that is technology.
Yes.
If he leaves, we were not sure what we're trying to get some people in place that know what's going on.
Let's don't say Nick Saban because that means retirement. And there's a three-pointer. That's Karis Terrier for 3. They got Julia Suggs in the ball game for the Lady Mavs. I like the way she handles the point, though. She does a good job, and she kind of really stays within herself, protecting the basketball.
Coach Brunk is trying to make sure that he develops some guards coming up. Guard play has been tough for the Lady Mavs.
Got a whole new group coming in for Fayetteville. And the good thing, too, is Southside getting some girls in there, getting some playing time, and, you know, it's only going to make them better as the season goes
100%.
on. I really like what Coach Brunk's doing with this group, too. I just think that you watch them play, you see them getting better each ball game, but you can't always tell there's a nice move by Nally down low. And you can't always tell it because then you start looking, and as coaches know, I mean, sometimes, yeah, you can play your best ball game, but you're also the quality of competition has also
100%.
gone up, too.
100%.
So that makes a difference. I know there's a three on the way, no good, as Suggs gets the rebound. I know Coach Darrell Henry told me one time that probably the best game he ever had, or best coaching job he ever did, his team had a losing record. It was at Ramsey, but he said he thinks it was the best coaching job he ever did, which people don't recognize that because you didn't, you know, win games. It's all about winning games a lot of times, but, you know, really it's more, to me, it's more about developing the girls. And here's a three by Shelby.
Might have been blocked a
I
little
believe
bit.
it was tipped.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's going to be out of bounds as Sharice Bowie checks in for the Lady Mavs.
Well, you bring a good point, though, Keith. I'm a great coach when I've got 5 athletes out here on the floor. I'm an unbelievable coach. When you have to.
Yeah, I coached boys club for about 40 years, and I can tell you right now that does make a difference.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You know, people can say what they want to say, but I was just watching that Northside crew the other night and what they were putting out on the floor, and I know Coach Ricky Smith's got to be really pleased with that group, and very athletic.
They are, and he's got some young kids that are getting a lot of time out there. Of course, Coach Smith and his staff is pretty notorious for building from the ground up, and they get those young kids a lot of playing time, and by the time they're a senior, they're a seasoned kid out there.
Of course, he said those Gooden girls, I think they've actually started as ninth graders.
That's right.
They've been for a while. There's
right.
2 points.
Well, as this one ends, Keith, appreciate what you do. Let's see if the boys can get one tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun ball game. You get a chance, come back over here, and we'll kind of check it out. I may have a little help on this one. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. Tonight, Terrell said he might be able to come out. And if he does, great. If not,
and I see Coach Dameron. He might come up and get
we'll make it work. We'll make it work for us.
All right, brother. I'll see you,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Southside Falls here, and we'll look at the scoring summary for the ball game. First for the Lady Mavs. Peyton Yaffe with 5 points. Sophia Nyhouse finished with 7 points, the leading scorer. Felicity Suggs, 6 points. Ella Shelby, 2. Lydia Ann Adams, 4. And Kalia Pressey with 4 points. While for the Lady Bulldogs, had a lot of balanced scoring with Whitney Brown, 8. Kyra Ball, 3. Sanaya Coachman, 15. She was your leading scorer. Mariah Moss had a big first half. Finished with 13 points. Maisha Washington, 5 points. Lily Crone, 4 points off the bench. Elaine Furman, 4. And Karis Terry with 3 points. And Southside Lady Mavs again fall to the Lady Bulldogs. And we'll be back here in about probably 15 for the boys game. It should be a really good ball game tonight, as Coach was stressing right there that should be a good ball game between the Bulldogs and the Southside Mavericks, coming off 2 big victories. Have a lot of confidence going in, and we'll go ahead and take a break here. Be back with the second ball game.